What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with another video. And I just want to be honest with you guys. I tried to do this video yesterday. With David Anthony Burke finally being charged in the unaliving of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And it was so difficult for me, just from an emotional standpoint as a mother. And then also, technically, I am having so much technical difficulty coming on camera and my audio not matching up to my video. And so here we are today. I feel like I've processed this today, even though it's so difficult to process what he did to this girl. Like seeing him get charged and everything, it is a step in the right direction as far as justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez and other people like her who end up victims in situations like this, just because someone has a preference for young girls or young children. Just because someone is sick, they end up dead, is what I'm saying. Because someone is sick, they end up dead. It's so hard to process, but it's important to talk about. So I want to first talk about his charges, then we're going to get into this court video and take a look at his body language in this court video and the back and forth between the attorneys. They are at war. So let's just start with his charges. Colin Rugg posted his charges. He says David sits stone faced during his hearing where his lawyers entered a plea of not guilty. After all of that, he has pleaded not guilty to the unaliving of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas. Now, if you follow my other channel, you know I've broken down in his music where he was supposed to self-delete according to his music. It was supposed to be a prolonged red rum and then a self-deletion. I'll put a link to one of my videos where I broke down his song where he said he was going to take himself out, but he's not doing that, and he's in court pleading not guilty. Officials say David Anthony Burke allegedly unalived Rivas when she threatened to expose his relationship with her, a minor, because he was worried it would destroy his music career. Now, his entire music career is based on destroying her life, taking her life from her. So we know, anybody that's following this case know it's deeper than that. Now, it was revealed there was already an investigation into his crimes against her, but it's also deeper than that because he literally dreamed about what he did to her. He dreamed about unaliving her. Burke allegedly unalived her, disconnected her body, and stuffed her body in 2 bags that were placed in the front trunk of his car, according to the district attorney. Celeste allegedly went to Burke's house on April 23rd and was never heard from again. And this is why he has a charge called lying in wait, where he invited her over, waited for her to get there, and then unalived her, allegedly. Officials believe she was unalived around this date and was taken apart 2 weeks later. And this is what I mean when I talk about someone being sick. Just the thought of, taking someone apart is sick. And then on top of that, it's almost like he waited for her body to start to disintegrate, decompose. You get what I'm saying? And that's when he decided to take apart her body. So her body wasn't found until September 8th, one day after what would have been her 15th birthday, but she was still 14. Burke was charged with the first-degree unaliving with special circumstances. This is capital unaliving. This is the worst he could be charged with enhancements on top of that. Enhancements on top of the top unaliving charge. And those enhancements are lying in wait, unaliving a witness to an investigation, because, again, he was already being investigated, and unaliving for financial gain, which was to save his career. And, again, his career was all about unaliving her. He was also charged with lewd and lascivious acts with an individual under 14 years old. Okay, so let's get into his behavior in court. It's weird how his attorney, you can see this woman right here, constantly looks at him like almost for reassurance, and then he shakes his head to her he nods at her to give her the reassurance she's looking for. It's very odd. A lot of times I don't understand how people can be defense attorneys for crimes like this.
And Mr. Burke, for the people.
Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman, for the people, Your Honor.
Thank you. And counsel, on behalf of your client, do you waive formal reading of the complaint, advisement of rights, including armed forces and veterans' rights, enter a plea of not guilty, denying any and all special allegations, enhancements, and priors?
Yes, Your Honor.
And request.
So they don't have closed captioning, but she was just asking her if she waives her right for them to read the complaint. It looks like they're trying to go through this quickly, so they're not going to read the full complaint right now.
A preliminary hearing within the period.
Yes, Your Honor. From the media reports, apparently there have been 4 months of secret grand jury proceedings. We believe that Mr. Burke is entitled at the earliest opportunity to an open preliminary hearing and the proceedings not be done in secret. So we are asking for a preliminary hearing to be set at the earliest possible date on the 10th date. Your Honor, we believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, nor was he the cause of her death. And we would like to be able to have.
You see the lady try to straighten up, like that's our story and we're sticking to it, like that's our position.
The evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that.
And so you see how she turned and looked to him and he nodded his approval. And I understand she is his attorney. He works for her. But I'm just saying, as a human being, like, I don't see how they could do it.
We're asking for April 23rd as a 3 of 10, Your Honor.
Anything from the people?
Now, this is where the prosecution is Beth Silverman. She's leading the case, and this is where it gets juicy. This is where it starts to get good between the attorneys, like the back and forth between the attorneys is so interesting to me. It's so much that's unsaid when they're in professional situations like this, but I want y'all to take a look at Beth Silverman's body language.
Very happy to put on the evidence that we've collected in this case in the last several months.
Thank you. So
Okay, y'all see the hair toss? Y'all see the hair toss? She said we would be very happy to put out the evidence that we've collected in the last couple months because they have a ton of evidence against him. If you watch the press conference, you know that they took their time in the past, 8 months? They took their time collecting the evidence and they have a ton of evidence against him. And so you see the other attorney get shook. Just listen to what she says next because she's shook now. She's shook.
the matter will be set, plea of not guilty has been entered on behalf of Mr. Burke. The matter will be set in Department 105.
See, she's shook. She's got to talk to her colleague. And the whole while, David is stone faced. When he looks stressed, like in his bunk shot, when he looks stressed, let's just keep in mind it's not regret. This type of person is a monster. He's not capable of regret. This is a real life monster we have here. So when you see stress on his face, to me, he gives stone face, slightly stress. But the little stress you see on his face is because he's been caught. He's been found out. He's in court now. It's not regret. He had no concern for Celeste's life. It's not regret. You'll never see regret on his face. You'll see concern for himself.
Matters order assigned to Judge Charlene Almeida in Department.
But you see, again, she looked at him, and again, he nodded in approval.
105 for all purposes by the judge of the supervising judge of criminal.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may just put on the record, we have, as soon as the people arrived, delivered a informal discovery request consistent with Penal Code Section 1054. We have been given almost no discovery thus far. We've received
So basically, Beth Silverman is like, "Oh, we got the receipts," and she's shook, and she's like, "Well, we need to see those receipts," which is part of the legal process. Of course, they have to share the discovery, but it's urgent. You can see it's urgent in this case.
3-page follow-up report, no autopsy report, and a copy of the complaint. And we would ask the people respectfully to produce discovery at the earliest opportunity. News given the district attorney's office.
See, I wish they had stayed the camera on his face a little bit more when they're talking about the discovery, but you could see him start to get nervous, see him start to open his mouth. When they talk about discovery, and the medical examiner has found the cause of her unaliving, like that has been determined. And you can see his face start to like look a little bit more stressed, mouth start to open.
Held a press conference this morning where they discussed the.
You see where he's biting his lips now? Like that stone face is starting to crack.
The cause of death, apparently under.
He's readjusting his body. Like, you see way more movement from him now than earlier. Now that they're talking about this discovery, now that they're getting down to it, you see way more movement from him, and it's a nervous type of movement.
Sealed and not released by the coroner's office, as did the robbery homicide unit to the press. So we would again reiterate, we believe that Mr. Burke is entitled to discovery. We have served the people with notice. They have 15 days to produce discovery in this case. We would ask that they do that in conscientious earnestness and as quickly as possible.
I'd ask the court to
See, this is the back and forth. This is the tennis match. Everything. See, Beth Silverman don't play, if y'all heard about her. But everything this lady says, this attorney representing David, Beth Silverman has an answer for her. And she's like, we ready. We ready to put it out there. They want the medical examiner to put the cause of death out there for the public. Like, let's just put it all on the table.
make an order today. We'll take a copy of the minute order ordering the Department of Medical Examiner to release their coroner's report.
See, she wants a medical examiner to release the coroner's report. Put it out there.
This case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The court will order that the medical examiner release the report in this case.
Yep. And I will be doing an update once that is released. I will definitely be doing an update on this channel.
The matter set in Department 105, as the court indicated, April 23rd, 2026.
Jesus Christ. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the body language going on in court here with David. Like I said, for most of it, like if you watch from the beginning, you see most of it. He's stone-faced except to nod to his attorney. There's some type of, approval they have going on between each other because she does work for him. But once they start talking about the discovery, you can see he starts to like twitch. His mouth starts to open more. You can see his nerves starting to show because the medical examiner did determine a cause of death. The discovery is detailed. The prosecution took their time with the discovery and he's cooked. He's cooked. But y'all leave a comment, share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.
Slow it down. Okay. Break it.